For years, hip-hop was a battlefield. Two of its greatest titans, 50 Cent and Rick Ross, waged a brutal public war of words and music, with Lil Wayne often caught in the crossfire. But today, a strange quiet has settled. The social media jabs have stopped. The diss tracks are silent. They've been seen in the same rooms, even at the same events. Is this a new era of peace? Or is it simply a temporary truce? A fragile calm before a storm so big it could shatter the industry all over again? This is the story of the uneasy peace between 50 Cent, Rick Ross, and Lil Wayne, and why it's a ticking time bomb just waiting to go off. To understand the fragility of this peace, you have to start with 50 Cent. He isn't just an artist, he's a master strategist and provocateur who built his entire G-Unit empire on a zero-tolerance policy for disrespect and a ruthless, methodical approach to social media warfare. For 50, a beef is not just about lyrical skill, it's a marketing tool and a business strategy to dominate the conversation. He is, without question, the most dangerous and unpredictable variable in this entire dynamic, because his default setting is to attack when he feels slighted, and his jabs are surgical and often personal. His infamous beef with Rick Ross wasn't a standard rap battle. It was a full-blown psychological war of attrition, where he went after Ross's very foundation. He didn't just rap back. He released the now legendary song Officer Ricky, a track and campaign designed to expose Ross's past as a correctional officer. The goal was to destroy Ross's street credibility and dismantle his entire boss persona. He was relentless, releasing skits, memes, and videos that created a public perception that was incredibly difficult for Ross to shake. This wasn't a temporary clash. It was a deep-seated animosity rooted in a desire to discredit his opponent on every possible level. He has a track record of doing this to anyone who stands in his way, from Ja Rule to the game. The fact that he's been silent on Ross and Wayne for a while is not a sign of a change of heart, but rather a sign that he has bigger, more profitable games to play right now, like his successful television ventures. This makes the potential for a return to conflict even more dramatic. All it would take is one misplaced comment, one subtweet, or one well-timed meme from 50 Cent to throw the entire thing back into chaos. His personality is the ticking clock itself. Rick Ross's public persona is one of opulence, power, and unflappable confidence. He built the formidable Maybach music group, MMG empire, on a foundation of luxury, street credibility, and a powerful network of allies. When he and 50 Cent were at war, Ross's style of battle was different. While 50 was aggressive and personal, Ross was more passive-aggressive and used his music to respond, but he largely tried to appear unbothered, as if 50's tactics were beneath him. However, the attacks clearly got under his skin, and the psychological toll of fighting a public war with 50 Cent was a major weight for him to carry. Ross's entire brand is built on being the boss, and a new, messy conflict with 50 Cent could be seen as a liability that would undermine that carefully cultivated image. He has a lot more to lose now than he did in the late 2000s. Massive brand deals, a successful spirits company, a major record label, and a vast real estate portfolio. This makes him far more likely to try and maintain the current peace. But he is also a proud and deeply competitive man, and he would never allow himself to look weak. If 50 Cent were to cross a line that Ross feels he cannot ignore, he would be forced to respond. Ross's alliances with artists like Lil Wayne and Drake are also a significant factor. They form a powerful circle that 50 Cent is on the outside of. Lil Wayne is the most interesting piece of this puzzle because he is the least likely to instigate a new feud, but his very presence is what makes this dynamic so unstable. His position in hip-hop is unique. He is an elder statesman, a generational talent, and someone who has influenced both 50 Cent and Rick Ross. For years, he was a close collaborator and ally of Rick Ross, and a key member of the Maybach music group circle. Their friendship and professional bond run deep, and he has a long-standing relationship with Ross, appearing on many of his biggest records. While his history with 50 Cent is more complicated, they've always maintained a level of mutual respect as artists. There was never a full-blown beef between them, but rather a healthy, competitive rivalry between their respective labels, G-Unit and Young Money. Wayne's role is a careful balancing act. He is the bridge between the two, and his presence at events where both 50 and Ross are present is what allows for the illusion of peace. However, if the beef were to reignite, Wayne would be in a difficult position. His long-standing loyalty to Rick Ross and their shared history could force him to choose a side, and his involvement would instantly raise the stakes of any new conflict, turning a two-person clash into a larger-scale war. His position as a neutral party is a key reason this peace exists at all, but it also makes him a potential catalyst. If he were ever to side definitively with Ross in a new battle, the result would be an industry-shaking event. The feud between these artists has always been about more than just lyrical supremacy, it's about the battle of empires. We're talking about G-Unit, Maybach Music Group MMG, and Young Money Entertainment. Each label represents a different kind of power. 50 Cent's G-Unit was built on street credibility and a ruthless business model. Rick Ross's MMG was built on opulence, luxury, and a formidable roster of talent. Lil Wayne's Young Money, in its prime, was a hit-making machine that transcended the genre. The past clashes were a direct competition between these brands. The truce they're in now is, in many ways, a business decision. A new feud could jeopardize brand deals, tours, and their collective bottom line. This makes the silence not a sign of peace, but a strategic decision to protect their vast financial interests. The question remains, is the pursuit of money enough to suppress the deep-seated animosity and competitive drive that defined their careers? The public peace we see today is built on a very fragile foundation. While they have appeared at events together, there has been no public olive branch, no definitive statement that the beef is over. The silence is not a sign of friendship, but a calculated lack of engagement. The tension is palpable, a lingering presence that both men are well aware of. A single look, a sarcastic comment from 50 Cent on Instagram, or a subtle jab in a Ross verse could set the whole thing off again. It's an unspoken agreement to not poke the bear, but everyone knows the bear is still there. This is why it's not a true peace. It's an unspoken, tense, and temporary truce that is easily broken. So, what could set off the next round? The triggers are everywhere. Social media, 50 Cent is a master of the jab, and a simple, well-timed meme or comment could easily reignite the fire. A collaboration. Imagine if Lil Wayne and Rick Ross were to drop a new track that was perceived as a diss, however subtle. An interview. One single slip-up in an interview, one casual mention of the past, could be all it takes. New allegations. Diddy's recent legal troubles and the subsequent fallout have created a new chaotic landscape in hip-hop. Any comments about that situation could create a new front in their old war. The fuse is short, and the potential for an explosion is high. The story of 50 Cent, Rick Ross, and Lil Wayne is a masterclass in modern hip-hop dynamics. It's a tale of business empires, generational shifts, and the immense egos of three of the most powerful figures in music. While we may enjoy this period of calm, the history of this rivalry proves that the peace is just an illusion. It's a ticking time bomb, and it's only a matter of time before someone or something sets it off. What do you think? Is the peace between these three real, or is it a ticking time bomb? What do you think would be the trigger for a new feud? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this deep dive insightful, please like this video, subscribe to our channel for more exclusive analyses of hip-hop's biggest rivalries and business empires, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next expose. Thanks for watching!